All right, welcome to our product seminar, everyone, and I appreciate you coming in and learning a little bit about Univera tonight. I'm Dr. Mike Kaufman, and I'm a chiropractor here in Bothell, Washington. And I've been not only utilizing the product personally, but I've been selling them in my practice for the last 12 years. And I've seen nothing short of just one miracle experience after another with my patients, my family. I'll be telling you some stories tonight about them, and it's just been awesome. So I not only love what I do as a chiropractor, but I love what I do as Univera because it's a huge extension of my practice, and I get to go out and share these products in mass with people. And so that's why I see so many great results, probably more than all you guys, because I get to share them with so many hundreds of patients. Actually, it's been thousands of patients, so it's just awesome. So Xtra is a remarkable product. It is our lead product. It's sold more than any other product. Aloe Xtra, and then KM, I think, is our third. We'll talk about that tonight. And I probably have a bottle behind me in that second, so I'll go get it. But Xtra, let's talk about Xtra. Well, Xtra is something that changed my world. 12 years ago, one of my doctors gave this to me and said, Mike, this is everything you've been talking about in your healthcare classes. It's everything that we constantly say that you need. And I said, come on, it sounds too good to be true. It helps with energy and not just caffeine, right? Not caffeine and sugar. Tanner, how many kids your age are sucking down caffeine and sugar every day? All of them, aren't they? Why at your age do they need more energy? What do you think it is, Candace? Can you figure it out? Stress? Yeah, could be. Because they're just burning themselves out, so they need more to get up the next day. Probably becoming severely caffeine addicts is probably what they're doing. I mean, caffeine is good, you know, short-term studies show it helps you with testing, it helps you with mental alertness. The problem is if you become addicted to high levels, then it becomes your drug, and then your body craves it, and then you've got to have it every single day. And I'm an ex-addict. Hi, my name's Mike, and I'm an ex-addict of caffeine. I really am. And I only say that jokingly because really I was in up to 3 to 4 lattes a day. And that's a really expensive habit, right? That was costing me $15, $20 a day, you know, 5 days a week. And on Saturdays and Sundays, I couldn't drive by a latte stand without swinging in and getting a latte. Even if I just had one. Oh, there's one, it's convenient. I would swing in and have another one. And, you know, so I was just buzzed all the time. But chronic caffeineism causes a lot of problems. Number one, you have to crash. Number two, it affects your blood sugar levels. Number three, it causes inflammation throughout your body. So it's causing you to be hypersensitive in your muscles, your joints. When you do that chronically, you develop inflammation around there. And I had all of those symptoms. And I have discomfort from my head to my toes. And, you know, it was just starting to affect me. And what I got into is the trap of thinking that's how I was going to stay healthy. The trap that's how I was going to be, you know, staying ahead of this lifestyle that I was in. And I worked 12-hour days, 11-hour days. So I just thought I needed that to stay going. And yet, once I got off of it, I said, oh my gosh, I don't need this stuff. And so what got me off it was just taking Xtra. So I started taking Xtra. Within 2 weeks, I stopped drinking coffee in the morning. And I remember going to a restaurant with my wife, telling her I was going to join this company. And she thought it was crazy, but she noticed that by the end of the breakfast, I hadn't drank my whole cup of coffee. And normally I'd been on the 5th one by the time we just got through our breakfast. And she goes, you haven't drank any coffee. I go, I don't crave it anymore. Because my body was starting to produce natural energy within its own cells. And that was replacing the need to caffeinate. And that's why Xtra helps so much. That's why I give it to patients who just need to heal. They need to heal faster. I get them on Xtra because I'm driving ATP production in their cells. So where does energy come from? It doesn't come from caffeine, right? It can come from sugar. Sugar gives you energy, quick, up, down, right? Do that all day long, yo-yo all day long. But energy comes from your cells producing ATP. And it's from all the different products that we need. And one of the things that Univera scientists have studied in depth was alpha-ketoglutarate. And it's a ingredient that if you look at the Krebs cycle, it's about the 5 o'clock position on the Krebs cycle. And it's a rate-limiting step. It's one of the things that you have to have in order to pop out ATP. And you can produce ATP other ways, but the problem is the Krebs cycle is the most efficient way. And it's the way that just gets you going. And I researched Krebs cycle, even though I studied it in every course, and you're going to study at Tanner in chiropractic college again. You'll study it in undergrad, and you'll study it in graduate school again. And it'll make more sense to you. You'll want to study it now. Like, I wish I knew about Univera. I would have wanted to study that. I memorized it. I could write it out on a chart. I could pass the test. But I didn't realize how significant ATP production was. We produce as much as our body weight in ATP every day. So I'm producing 200 pounds of ATP a day. I'm using it. Is that crazy? We don't store it. It doesn't store it. You just produce it and use it. It's produced in our mitochondria in our cells. And those elite athletes have tons of mitochondria. Sedentary people, older people have less mitochondria. And does that explain why young people and athletes have tons of energy? And people that are sedentary, and as we age, we have less and less mitochondria. So guess what we have? Less and less ATP. So guess how well you heal as you get older? Not as good. You're not producing as much ATP to heal. So energy in the cell is important for everything. Do you understand cellular energy now compared to just caffeineism? Caffeineism stresses your nervous system to make you alert for a second or makes you tense. But ATP production is energy. It's the cell, it's the currency of life. It's the unit of energy in every cell to make that cell function.